Eddie, been there a couple of times and love the place.
I've never been here, Brett, and it's absolutely spectacular. We're after a quintessential Queensland backdrop for our Sunrise Fire calendar. We found it here on Magnetic Island. I want to introduce you to Helene and Tim, brother and sister, the next contenders for our calendar, and some of the members from the Magnetic Island Fire Brigade here. Now, firstly, Helene, tell us why you guys signed up as a family.
Pretty much it's a cane production family up in Ingham, and yeah, Dad got voted in as the first officer, so it was pretty much okay. Once you turn 16, in you go, and you know, you ride around the cane paddock on a four-wheeler and stuff all the time. It's like, oh, there's smoke over in the background. Quick, get on the phone or whatever to Dad. I'm like, yeah, I don't think the fire over there is legit, so you respond.
So by necessity, you've signed up. That's wonderful.
Pretty much.
We've met so many great volunteers this week doing great work. What do you reckon you've got out of it, Tim, being part of it?
Lifelong skills, pretty much, and people I'll never forget from being within the Rural Fire Service. Great experiences, and it's always good to help out the locals and in cyclone relief and fighting fires and all that. So,
because of course in Queensland it's not just the fire, it is the cyclones, it's all the other emergencies. We're going to head out to Tim and Helene's cane farm a little bit later on the mainland to take their photo. Let's have a look at the weather. Fantastic, the different people we've been meeting, the families, the brothers and sisters. I want to show you some pictures very quickly from our shoot in Tassie of Aaron and his son Saxon. Absolutely stunning spot there at Dunalley down by the water. So we'll show you all of these pictures. We've been shooting the whole process when we launched the calendar in November. Try and make each of the backgrounds for the photos look very different. So here are some shots yesterday that we took at Whittlesea. Actually, the sunset the evening before at Mark at the footy over there. He used to play for the Whittlesea Eagles, and of course we met him on yesterday's show. So you'll see when the calendar comes out that each different state has their quintessential background. AFL for Victoria, here in Queensland we've got the beaches, we've got the cane fields, we've got the bush in New South Wales. We're trying to cover all of our bases.
Well orchestrated.
That's all right.
Fantastic.
And you've gone Channel 7 publicity to do all the shots, have you? Which is great.
Tasha, yes, is volunteering all of her time. She's been on the road with us for 4 days. We're yet to actually convince her to be on camera, but hopefully today we'll find out her reasons for coming along as well, because it's very good of her to volunteer her time.
Have you got Petchy with you this week, your Sandy? No, not Petchy.
No, Wayne's here this week.
Oh, Wayne, okay, because I heard Tash was excited. Her dad jokes were going down a treat. She was having the best week ever out the road with this crew. I thought, because Petchy has the best dad jokes ever.
It's a great project, Eddie. Congratulations.
Hey, Eddie, for people who want to get the calendar, when will it come out? Do you know yet?
In November, we're going to launch it in South Australia and meet our contenders from South Australia at the same time. Of course, Tasha will continue on to WA and South Australia to take the photos there, but we just couldn't squeeze it into this week.
Good stuff.
We are, Sam, and what we've learnt over the last few days is that the RFS, CFA, CFS, the fire services right across the country are all about family, not just people who are actually related, but people who aren't related but support each other. And we've been hearing about this lady our entire time here on the island and before. Del, can I say?
Yes.
A young 87, still involved with the fire service here on Magnetic Island. What keeps you involved?
Oh, just the people themselves. I mean, my team, or I call them my team because I've been here so long. I just love them to bits, and they support me and I support them, and in turn we then support the island. And the people that live here, the people that come to make it a home. And it's just it's a privilege.
We were just saying volunteering is one of the best things you can do for the soul, isn't it?
No, I think it's just the whole body.
I love it, Del. That's so wonderful. And we're going to shoot Del's photo as well. We've already shot Clayton's, so it could be a competition between the two of you to make it to the Sunrise Fire calendar. It could get competitive. What does Del's contribution mean to the fire brigade here?
Del's contribution in the years that she's been with our brigade has provided us with equipment, sheds. There's not a letter that she won't write. There's not a person that she won't go to money to or for. And she has only just retired this year at 87 as our acting treasurer.
Wonderful.
And still a very big support member of what we do.
Still big.
So best fruit cake, best scones, best sausage rolls.
Best plum jam, I hear,
and
too.
the best Verticum plum jam that we'll be sending down to you guys.
Excellent, excellent. That's what I like to hear.
But
Jam for comment. Thank you so much, Julie. Dell's getting embarrassed. Back to you guys as we wrap things up from Magnetic Island. It certainly is. Who are we going for in the grand final this weekend, everyone?
Swanee.
Excellent, that's what I like to hear.
You've got
At
to
least
the
we
meeting.
get that up here in Queensland, not necessarily down in Victoria. We just met Chris, who is an RFS volunteer, but you spend the rest of the year here. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I live 6 months at New Morella, southern New South Wales, and 6 months in Nellie Bay on Magnetic Island.
You're living the dream, aren't you? So you stay there for the fire season near
That's right.
Cooma, and then
Come up here for the dry season and get warm and get a tan.
Well, get a tan, except Julie's trying to recruit him to join the also the fire and emergency services here, so we'll see if you actually get half a year off. Speaking of sport, I just found out we missed the toad races last night at the pub. Famous toad races. So we'll be coming back here to Magnetic Island to make sure we get we get to see and experience that one year. Let's have a look at the weather for the final time. A week on the road shooting the Sunrise Fire calendar. Here are some shots from New South Wales where we started on Monday with Don and the Ross family who came all the way from Mullumbimby. So we will compile all of these shots that we've been taking across the week and put it all together when we launch the calendar in November in South Australia. Of course, representatives from all states, 2 from each state, will be part of the project. All the proceeds going to the Red Cross. Can I count on Magnetic Island to buy a couple of copies? Yes! Excellent. That's a few sold already. We're hoping to raise quite a bit of money for the Red Cross. All those details of how you can buy it will all be revealed in November when we launch it.
Terrific.
Wonderful.
It is.